I'm Sharon Stolzenberger. Welcome to my studio here at Front Street. So wildlife has been my subject matter for a number of years. I started with watercolor, and I like working loose, wet into wet. It paints itself, does the really nice essence of the animal. I moved into doing acrylic and mixed media, meaning I might use oil pastels, drawing, collage, image transfer. Now I'm doing some themes featuring prairies. Not trying to do exact replicas, but to see beyond what the subject is, playing around with the shapes, the positives and negatives. I like taking the subject and showing something a little bit different about it. Found that crows had a certain attraction for me. They're very graphic, so in a way they've helped me free up because I feel as if I can do a lot of things with crows that somehow I couldn't do with the wildlife. And this started out basically by just drawing really quick sketches and then going over with semi-opaque paint, pushing things back, drawing over the top, bringing more shapes out, inventing the shapes as I paint the spaces in between. I've used stencils in the piece. I've used stamps that I've made myself. And that's what I find inspiring about this, because there's no right or wrong. So I thought I'd just do a couple of little quickie demos here. And these pieces that I have here sort of illustrate what I'm going to do. This one started out with watercolor crayons and oil pastels. I collaged down some tissue to which I had done some image transfers. This is all for enriching the surface of the substrate, just visual texture, building up texture, because sometimes a white piece of board or paper can be intimidating, and this just gets you off dead center. So I like being able to see through the layers and wondering how that person did that, and the mystery of what you see that's partially covered underneath and partially showing. What I thought I'd show is image transfers. I'm using what used to be called a Xerox, putting the laser print face down. This is like a magic marker. It has solvent. It's used to blend the other magic marker colors. So what you do is rub the back, and you're loosening up that powder that has been put down on the paper. This technique that I'm showing works better with laser prints rather than inkjet. This is one that I've already done where I transferred the lettering and then I transferred the Xerox print of my photograph. I might start doing a little bit of painting. Again, not really knowing exactly what I'm going to do, but just playing around with the shapes. I'm using acrylic here. Watered down, it can behave just like watercolor. Not worrying too much about composition at this point. This is just a piece of styrofoam that I've cut into. You know, if you're doing anything with plants, this is kind of fun to use because you can get textures that would take you hours to paint if you were doing a super realistic painting. These are water-soluble art crayons. These might become individual shapes or brought out. See, if these art crayons, they bleed a bit, so you can push the color around. Let's see what happens. What would happen if you did that? I was on the Kettering Arts Council way back when. One of the things that the city wanted was a festival, really use that common space. The Arts Council said, yeah, we can do an art on the commons, and so I was there for the first one. It's really a novelty to do one in my backyard and have lots of people come up to me who know me It's like a big backyard cocktail party. It's so much fun. It's fun to be a part of that neighborhood activity.